All right, guys. So it's that time again. Welcome into the third episode of The Budget Entrepreneur, where we are going to talk about how to research your market and why that's important. Last week talked about idea generation. So you have this idea and you wonder, how do you know that your idea will work? Will people buy it? How much will they pay for it? If you have an app idea, are you going to charge them $1 for every download? So every person that downloads this app, they're going to be paying $1? Or are you going to give it to them for free and charge and make your money off of advertisements and charge businesses on the back end and offer it to the consumers for free? How do you know which way is the correct way to go without jumping into it first and investing all this money and then losing it? We only want to make it an educated risk, right? Or reduce that risk. And here's how you do that. First, you're going to start out with a SWOT analysis. So SWOT stands for strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. It's just an acronym, SWOT. Strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, threats. You need to create a SWOT analysis. I can go into a lot of detail about one, but I don't have time for that. So do me a favor, Google SWOT analysis, and you can kind of see how you can create your own. But really all it is you're trying to identify some different strengths that you have in your businesses, weaknesses, what the opportunities are out there in the market, and then different threats. What are the competitors? Are there barriers to entry? Different things like that. But really, it just gives you a better understanding of your market that you're entering and of the competitors around you. Okay, so that way you're not going into the business so blinded. Sorry about that, but that way you're not going into the business blind, and you actually have an understanding of it. Okay, so find out who your competitors are, understand what their business model is. That was one thing I did, is I did a lot of research on my competitor, and I wanted to find out, certain questions of how much they were selling, where they were selling, who they were selling to, all those questions. One way I did it was I created a survey. I created a survey of about 15 questions, and I had a goal. I set out a goal to get 100 recipients. I needed to get 100 surveys completed, and I had a full-time job at the time. I was in an outside sales position out in Chicago, so I couldn't just spend all my time doing this, so I had to find time during the weekends, or I had to find time, an hour at the end of my day. I would get home and stand in front of the gyms when other people are going to work out after they got off work, right? And I would literally stop them in their tracks. I would set up the VersaBand, and I would say, hey, if you guys don't mind, can I take a minute of your time to show you something really cool? I'm doing a quick project, I just need a survey. And a lot of people are standoffish to surveys, but I just tried to get every single one that I could. So it took time. It took me, like I said, 3 to 4 weeks to get 100 surveys. And I asked questions like simple demographic questions. I wanted to find out how old they were. I wanted to find out if, of course, obviously if they were male or female. I wanted to find out what their occupation was. So that way I understood, is this person traveling? My target market a traveling sales representative? Are they a personal trainer? Are they a stay-at-home mom? Who is my target market? How old are they? Are they 20 years old? Are they 30 years old? Are they 60 years old? And then, I need to know these questions, right? So I asked some other questions like, how often did they exercise? Would they prefer the VersaBand over the leading competitors? Or better yet, how much would they pay for the VersaBand? Would they pay? Is it $50? Is it $500? I don't know. I had to ask these questions, and then at the end, what I did was I ran an analysis. So I ran in my own analysis. I put all of those answers into an Excel spreadsheet, and I looked at it, and I had my complete overview. And I saw that on average, people would pay $150 for a VersaBand. So that's what my middle tier is. That's what my middle tier ended up being. And I also found out that 9 out of 10 people preferred the VersaBand over the leading competitor that was in the market. So that to me was huge. I said, man, I'm onto something. I got to keep rolling with this because this is huge. I've also found that females were more likely to buy the VersaBand than males were because males had a stigma towards resistance bands. These are things that were really important and critical for me to know at the time and still to know right now because I knew where I could start and I knew what my target market was and how I could position towards them, right? If you're not one to go out and if you're not one to get a survey, write it on paper and go out in front of people and kind of obtain these directly in person, there's platforms out there for this. Go to surveymonkey.com. It's a free online platform that allows you to create your own survey and, phone's blowing up all of a sudden. Real life here. Well, so back on track here. Go to surveymonkey.com and get these surveys. You can basically create your own survey and you can send it out to all your family, friends, have people share it on Facebook, etc. Really easy platform that allows you to do that. Offers a bunch of analytics tools at the end. There's certain features that they will charge you for, but you can really just get a basic survey out of the way for free and do it all online without having to leave your house and go in front of people and talk to them. So again, research your competitor, Find out how much they're selling it for. How big is the market that you're selling in? Is it a $100,000 market? Is it a multi-million-dollar market? Google is an extremely strong tool. I found out that my target market was around $40 million, or my market that I was entering was about $40 million. The leading competitor controlled about 70 to 80% of that, and there was a gap there that I believed I could fill in this niche and adding resistance bands to it. So understand different barriers to entry. Are there certain certifications? Are there industry requirements? Do you have to be in the business for a certain amount of years before you can offer special financing, maybe for a workshop or service that you're offering? I think I said different licenses that you might need to obtain before going into this. Like real estate, obviously, is one that requires something like that. A lot of schoolwork and a lot of studying and schoolwork to obtain the license. Takes time. Understand that, right? Know what you're getting yourself into. Guys, unfortunately, that's all the time I have for today. Trying to keep these videos a lot shorter. The last two I've made have been a lot longer than I've wanted to. Exciting announcement about donations, okay? Received the first official donation to the Budget Entrepreneur. $1 there. You could see from Michael Ramos, a friend I've known actually since high school, a friend of mine. Mike, I just want to thank you so much. I appreciate it. I want to give you a special shout out here on Instagram. Go follow him. He's a barber, hair_sculptor. Go check him out. He's an awesome dude. I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. Just was $1, guys. Again, donating $1, not asking for anything more than that. Not $5, not $100, just $1. Send it to Ozzy-Nunez, which is my Venmo. That's perfect. Ozzy-Nunez, or PayPal. My email is ozzy.nunez4@gmail.com. Email me any questions. Comment in the box below. Let me know if you guys have any questions on anything that we talked about today, okay? Book giveaway. Strength Finders 2.0 by Tom Rath. This is an excellent book. It goes over different strengths that you have, identifies your strengths, and tells you how to leverage your strengths and how to use them in person, in business, personal life, and business. Excellent book. How do you win it? All you have to do, subscribe to this YouTube, or like this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share this video with 3 friends, whether that be Instagram, whether that be Facebook, Twitter, or email, however you prefer, just to let me know that you entered the competition and you want to win this book. And you could possibly be the winner, because there's a really good chance. I don't have a big following yet. So enter, win it. Find out what your strengths are. Guys, next week we're going to be talking about sacrifices and what the reality of some of those sacrifices are as being a budget entrepreneur. Thank you all for watching. Go out, chase your dreams, ask questions, be open-minded. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and I hope you guys have a great rest of the week. Thank you guys for joining.